Hey everyone, this is Nakaichi of Centaku Media, and I'm going to do something that I probably should have been doing for a while, but now it's a good time to do it since everyone can be curious, especially myself. But when I start a vlog series, let's do a vlog series, Centaku Vlogs, as I would like to call it. Centaku Vlogs, which is definitely different from what I normally do. If you've watched my channel or watch any of my streams or listen to my podcast, I do a monthly series called the Centaku Media Journal, which is different from this vlog concept. So the Centaku Media Journal is where I talk about news in the realms of anime, video gaming, and other otaku or geek interests. But the Centaku Vlog series is definitely something that we're just going to talk about for what's going on in the life of Nakaichi in Centaku Media. So this could be IRL stuff such as cons or just trends I've seen that doesn't fit the Centaku Media Journal or something I can expand on in addition to the podcast, which is still a thing, obviously, because I stream it on Twitch. So be sure to check out my Twitch channel and the link in the description. So let's talk about the first subject of our vlog. So I feel like September has been a busy month for myself, and thinking about talking about so there's a couple of concepts happened this month that I would like to talk about. So let's talk about Dragon Con a bit, and I already talked about it a bit on the Centaku Media Journal live edition, although that recording might be a little scrap because I had an internet issue, but I need to re-record that. So on the heels of recording this, I need to get to it and just re-record the Centaku Media Journal episode like it never happened. So yeah, so it's more stuff to do. Dragon Con was at the very end of a month ago. Actually, so as I record this, it's the 29th of September, so it's a month ago this week. So, yay, fun times, I guess. Doing a little, I guess, a retrospective or whatever you want to call it of the stuff that happened last month at Dragon Con. And this was like my first full weekend of going to Dragon Con, because in the past, I've gone... the last 3 times I've gone to Dragon Con have been only one day, but it was a lot of fun going at least 2 days. Well, 3 days we went. We went from Thursday until Sunday, so time flew by real fast. And of course, I had fun. And you know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun. Thursday, we went. So we got to the hotel on Thursday. I stayed with Sippy and Josh. So Sippy, you might know him. He's been a contributor to Centaku Media in the past, and he was our featured member spotlight for the first quarter of this year. So here he is. Here's his TikTok account, Sippy's Ventures, if y'all want to check it out. But he has a ton of video of Dragon Con as well, and we did a series for Josh, who cosplayed Inuyasha from Inuyasha, and it's really funny. And if you see this and see Josh at AWA, then this was him. So let's play a few clips of that moment. as Josh. And it was a lot of fun seeing him interact, and it was also fun seeing it unfold before my eyes. Here's the thing with DragonCon. If you were an anime cosplayer, you're more likely to get a lot of pictures if you're from a popular media, whatever's in at the moment, such as Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. Of course, there will always be One Piece because it's just the sheer number of episodes and chapters there are in that. But if you're dressed up as anything from Yakuza or Final Fantasy 14, you're probably only going to get into a group that is already established for that. So if you're in the collective group, such as the parade, which by the way I was in this year, you are very likely going to get recognized. Inuyasha, of course, is still a thing. It's been a thing for 20 years, since it came on Adult Swim about almost around this time, 20 years ago. A lot of people recognize that. They say, hey, Inuyasha. And we also have Kate, who cosplays as the Bucky girl. And if you've seen the signs with the had Alexander Shannara, or just the Bucky's billboard, if you're familiar with Bucky's, if you're from Texas, you know what that is. But if you live like in the Atlanta area, there's one in Calhoun. So that's Bucky's. But we'll talk about Bucky's later. But basically, she got pictures probably like every other minute, where Josh only got a photo maybe once in an hour, or just a compliment. I cosplay as Goro Majima from Yakuza, or Like a Dragon, whatever it's going to be called now, and I only got 3 interactions, very, very brief interactions, and I'm not mad, and I kind of expected this because it's DragonCon. But let's look at AWA when we get there and see how many interactions I get. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a ton of it. And since we are on the heels of the releases of these games that you see in front of you, it's definitely going to be the talk of the con. Let's go back to DragonCon since we are kind of running out of time. I was trying to keep this under 10 minutes, but we're going to get at the 9-minute mark as of recording, although after editing, maybe a little less. But so Friday, we hung around as always, but I went my separate way. I cosplay Alphino from Final Fantasy 14, and we went to the Square Enix photo shoot. So that was tons of fun, and then we basically walked around a bit just to see what went down during DragonCon, and then skipped forward to Friday, or Saturday rather. Saturday. We did the DragonCon parade, but actually, the exciting thing is that I was in it. I was in the DragonCon parade. So, very cool to be a part of that. I was actually debating that for a while, but we finally got it. But definitely perfect time to have been doing this because it was cooler than usual, and first time in years from what I've heard. So perfect. So I'm glad to be a part of that. And then of course there's another Square Enix photo shoot that Saturday. Of course, I still had Alphino on. I was actually debating on whether to keep cosplaying as Alphino, but we ended up getting it done. And I was a little late for it, so I was late for the first group photo shoot, but we made it through. We made it through in time for 14 and met a few more people, but we said our goodbyes to the people we met at the parade, and I spent the rest of the evening as Majima. Okay, so now we're done with DragonCon. That's all I can provide for DragonCon, and I'm sorry. I know this is kind of a spur of the moment thing, because I'm doing this on the heels of 5 a.m. in the morning before I had to go to work, because I'm like, I need to do this because I got the spark of creativity that I wouldn't have in the afternoon. I've been struggling with that, so I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's here, right? That's all that matters. But last thing we're gonna talk about is JapanFest. So JapanFest was also recent. It was the weekend before last, almost 2 weekends ago as I recorded this. And that was a last minute decision because I did go last year and it was a lot of fun. this year was more fun than last year, and we went on a Sunday. Last year we went on a Saturday, but we went on a Sunday, so the crowd looks like it's about the same. Price is the same, which is, by the way, $16 online if you order ahead of time, but it's $20 at the door, and I totally recommend going there if this is your first time going to cons, because cons be expensive nowadays, especially Dragon Con, because it's probably $200 a day of to get in for all 4 or 5 days, whatever they have now for days of the con. AWA definitely also getting their pricing. So JapanFest, it's in Atlanta. Be sure to check it out.
Interesting find. JapanFest 2023.
All right, so that was JapanFest in a nutshell, and it was, again, good times, and I definitely plan on going back another year. Maybe next year, very likely, since, again, $20, you can't say no to that. So that is it for my first vlog, and I know I kind of rushed through this a little bit, but I just said, you know what, just wing it and see what happens. So I'm glad that went at all. So thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out more of Centaku Media. Check out the socials I have a link in the description, but I'm mainly on Twitch and Discord. My schedule will be posted on Discord depending on what week it is in the month, because last week of the month I take breaks. So I'm actually recording this on my week off, so I could get you this and show it to the world. And now, as you see this, I might be streaming again, so be sure to check it out. But anyway, that is it for our first vlog, which is over at least 15 minutes by now. But thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.